All right, Doodle. We're live, Doodle. We should be popping up on the screen. Of course, you're hiding. What's going on, everybody? Whoever's here. Jeanette. Jeanette is here. Hey, Ryan, what's going on? Why my background? Oh, I know why my background is. Hang on, I know why my background is blurry. That should have fixed it. Or no, that didn't. There we go. What is going on, everybody? So we got Ryan, we got Jeanette, we've got me. But where is the doodle? We are doodleless. Or are we? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's just see if we can locate a doodle around here. Hey, Brat. Meow. Yes. Lazy. Beans. We're getting your beans, Doodle. Beans. Hey, Marilyn. The Doodle is preferring to lay in her tent. Oh, big yawn. Hey, baby. Are you going to come out or are you going to stay in your little hole? Beans. What are you doing? Are you going to grace us with your presence? What is it, baby? Yeah. Yes, I came home from church she was laying behind my desk when I left, and came back and she was not laying behind the desk. She wasn't under the desk. She wasn't over on the old clothes of mine that she likes to lay on that smell like me. I was like, gee, I wonder where she could be. And that's where I found her. Say, hey, Doodle. Hey, baby. Meow. Are you angry that I woke you up? We say we do kisses. Do kisses. One for Ryan. One for Jeanette. I don't even know if we're in frame here. One for Marilyn. One for Stephen. One for Elizabeth. One for Jammies. One for me. Did we get everybody? I think we did. I think we did, Doodle. You're almost in loaf mode. You just have to see. Look at the claws. Well, I can't. For some reason, it's not focusing. I don't understand. Something's. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead and make your fists. Purr, purr, purr. All right, since Rosie has decided to come out of her cave, let's see here, what do we got? Is that good? Meow. Where are we? Is it focused? Why is it out of focus? God, I hate this thing. This is so annoying. See if it focuses back. Why is this? I hate it when it does this. I've got to get a real camera. This is crazy. There. Bathe, bathe, bathe. Bathe, bathe, bathe. Okay, I hadn't even, okay. Blurry, Ryan's got good news. Brown says, thank you, Jeanette. Well, where are you mailing it to? Okay, all right, so y'all got that. Y'all are good. Okay, thank you. Apparently your shirt is going out on Monday. This is the first time this has happened, isn't it, being blurry? And I know it's, it acts up. It acts up because to use my phone as a webcam, then I have to run it through a program called Camo Studio. And Camo Studio sometimes gets glitchy. So for instance, I had it set for something else I was doing. I had it set to where it blurred out the background and focused on the closer up, sort of a cinematic look. Well, that's what the problem was in the beginning, at the beginning of the show today, was it was still set on cinematic, so I had to go in and change it back to normal. But then just now, when it got blurry, I think it was because as I was putting the phone back on the tripod, my hand got really close to the lenses and it tried to focus on that and it kind of got stuck. So I had to go back into Camo, set it to cinematic, and then unset it, sort of like to reset. What I need to do is just get a camera that I can plug directly into my laptop without having to go through some secondary software that gets glitchy. So it's not the phone, it's not the camera, it's the software that I have to use to be able to use my phone as a camera. But I just have not, I mean, I guess I need to just go ahead and bite the bullet, so to speak, and barf up the $600 or $700 or $800 to get a decent mirrorless camera, because I bought a camera several years ago, but I couldn't use it for streaming because it didn't have what's called clean HDMI out. So I could do HDMI out of the camera, HDMI into my computer, but it still had all the boxes, all the focusing, so all the little menu items that you would see on the back of the camera got sent to the computer, and it was streaming out all that. So you'd see the boxes, the autofocus box, you'd see the lighting settings, all this stuff. So I have to get a camera that has a clean HDMI out, and that's going to run me on the low end about $700. So, but it's just getting too glitchy at this point to run the camera or the phone through Camo, because I have to run Camo Studio on my phone and Camo Studio on my computer, so the two camos can talk to each other. And then the Camo Studio on the computer sends the signal to OBS Studio, which is my streaming software, and from there it sends it out to YouTube. So it's just it's all sort of workaround stuff. So it's a pain in the butt. I need to get something I can go directly from the camera to the streaming software. And also a camera that's designed to be a streaming camera as opposed to using my iPhone 13 as a streaming camera. It works great, the quality's good, I like that. It's just that with everything I've got to do, it's just glitchy. The doodle is always clean. Yeah, she's relaxed today, yeah, because she just woke up. I just woke her up. If I hadn't pulled that thing up and put the camera in her face, I promise you she would have been under this blanket, I would say probably till 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. I mean, when she goes to sleep, she's out for hours. She's falling back asleep now. So today's going to be a short video. I've got a lot of stuff I've got to do. I'm starting my real estate courses. I bought the course the other day, Friday, I think, Friday or yesterday, and I'm going to start doing all the studying today, tomorrow morning. And since I've kind of scheduled no work for a couple of weeks, hopefully I'm going to stay focused, 12, 15 hours a day until I run the whole 180-hour course. But also I want to watch the Charlie Kirk Memorial. So I kind of have that I want to do. So yeah, today's going to be an abbreviated, a shortened. I know I say that just about every week, and then end up blabbering for an hour. So, but I've been running my mouth. I haven't even been following what's going on in the chat. All right, so yeah, saw where Marilyn asked Jeanette where she's going to send it to the address that I gave her. Marilyn said, I can't wait either. Pressure on you, but yeah, Marilyn has been so patient. This has been quite an event. Rosie she was getting the last of her bathing in the day. Yeah. It works pretty good. Just can't wait to get it. So I'm a full member. You are a full member of the Rosie Army now, Marilyn. So you'll just have your uniform. Yes, Marilyn, the shirt is really good. Yes. Yes, you are, Marilyn, and Rosie knows that, I'm sure, and we all love her. Yeah. Marilyn says she's been watching the memorial. Yeah, I was watching a few minutes of it. It's very, like I said, Marilyn, very powerful stuff. So, that's a lot to do. Yeah, I know. But that's why, like I was saying previously, it's one of the things I guess I've got to work on about myself, but I've known this my entire life. And I really kind of don't like it about myself, but it's kind of, I'm just not a patient person. That's why, a lot of people that do a real estate course like this, they'll do 2 or 3 or 4 hours a day, and say they do 3 hours a day, they'll knock it out in 2 months. in 60 days. I know that Texas, every state's different, but Texas is a 180-hour course. So, if you do 3 hours a day, 60 days, that knocks it out. I don't even want to do that. I'm the kind of person like, if I can squeeze it down to 2 weeks, that's, I'll do that. If I do 12 hours a day, that's going to take, 15 days? So, yeah, that'd be 2 weeks if I went 2 weeks in a day if I did 7 days a week, 3 weeks if I just did Monday through Friday. If I do 15 hours a day, that'd be 12 days. So, I mean, it's, I'm the kind of person like, I just want to get it knocked out and get it done. And it's like, it drove me crazy when I was in the police academy that it took 6 months. It's like, God, can we not just, instead of working 8 hours a day, can we not just work 16, just work doubles and get this done in 3 months? But, I mean, it wasn't my program, so. Like when I was in college, I took huge loads in college, and I started UAB with 3 credits that I'd gotten from a junior college a couple of years earlier. So I started UAB in spring. This was back when we did quarters, not semesters. Spring quarter, so March of '93, and by the time I went to Officer Candidate School of the Marine Corps in August of '94, then I was 3 credits short of being a senior. So I took big loads and got my freshman, sophomore, and all but 3 credits of my junior year knocked out in just a little over a year. So that's what I say. I'm not a patient person. I don't mind putting in the work to accomplish something, but if I can compress the time frame, then I'm certainly going to do that. I wish that was not the case about me. I wish I could be more patient and diligent. The old saying of slow and steady wins the race. So, the tortoise and the hare, I'm the hare. So, what's going on, Stephen? Stephen is here. We did beans and kisses, and she got her kisses for you. And I'm pretty sure Miss Elizabeth is hiding around the corner. She got her kisses from Miss Elizabeth as well. So, Marilyn, I have so much respect for you, wanting to learn more and accomplish more. Well, again, Marilyn, I appreciate that, but it's because I've always had this philosophy that I want to work a whole lot and then stop working. So, I want to work really hard for as little time as possible, and then be able to more or less retire as early as possible and still be able to take care of myself and my family. So that has not quite worked out. My original plan was to have been retired about 10, 15 years earlier, 10, 15 years ago, but things happened in life that I don't want to say were beyond my control, but where I made less than the optimal decision. So, I can't blame anybody but me for putting myself in the position that I'm in, which just requires me to go, okay, you are where you are, and just, head down, grind, and get it done. It's like Charles Schwab said one time, the best place to start is where you are with what you have. So, so that's where I am. Do you have the photo? Yes, the photo that you sent of Hildegard. Yeah, thank you, Stephen. I meant to put it in OBS the other day so I could show it, but I do have it. So let me add that. This is Stephen sent a picture of one of his fur babies to that email address that I posted in the chat. And since that's, I guess for now, like I was
oh, excuse me, like I was telling everybody that I was going to create that for the purposes of Marilyn sending her address. I think for now I'll just let that remain as the default address for the Rosie Army. So let's see here, is this? Yeah, I believe this is it, Stephen. Tell me if I'm correct. Let me get it sized up properly. Okay. So I'm going to, there we go. There we go. There's Stephen's little fur baby. That is Hildegard. She is adorable. I think you said you've got another fur baby, Stephen. Look at that face. Look at that baby. How cute. She looks like she's saying, Daddy, why are you not petting me? Photos when she was at the vet. Okay. Look how calm she is at the vet. Yeah. Rosie at the vet does not look like that. No. Just imagine a chainsaw on meth. That's Rosie at the vet. Boy cat, okay. So he, not she. My bad. Adorable, absolutely. He is cute. He is adorable. Well, what I need to do is I need to tell you, let me see if I can. I don't even remember what that email address was. I think I've got it written down somewhere. For those of you that don't have Messenger, because I don't have Instagram or any of that stuff, I need to start Instagram for her. But I'll put that email address on the channel information, and that way y'all can start sending in pictures of your fur babies, and I can start posting them. We can do little, like family photos during the Rosie Show. Oh, Hildy is a girl. Freddie is the boy. Okay, my bad. I get confused easily, Stephen, so you'll have to just bear with me. What do you think, Sleepy? What do you think, Sleepyhead? She passed away last year. She was very old. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jeanette. yeah, so you know, so there you go. We got Marilyn wants to send her send a picture of her fur baby. So yeah, so I'll put in the somewhere on the channel, because I don't think I listed an email when I created Rosie's page. I didn't put a whole lot. I don't think I put like a description of the channel. I don't think I listed. I mean, I just put in the information enough so to create a channel so I can start uploading videos. But I'll put that email address that I created instead of just deleting it. And at least for now, I'll let that be the email address for the channel, and y'all can start sending in pictures of your fur babies, and we'll run them on the show. So there we go. So there, that idea was initiated by Jeanette and Stephen, because Jeanette sent in a picture of her little Fosters last week or week before, and then Stephen sent in pictures of Hildy. So yeah, and now we'll get Marilyn to send pictures of Micah, and I'll post. I'll show that one next week. Because even if she sent it now, I can't get into the email and do all, because my computer is slow. Everything's too slow. So yeah. Oh, I forgot to take more pics of the little chubby kitty. That's fine. You can take them and send them. I'd love to send some pictures too. Maybe my cat's 14th birthday party from. Oh wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. Jeanette, I'm not home right now, but I'll have them next week. Okay, cool. Yeah, just when you get them, because I think that'll be a neat thing. I've got to, even if I just do a bunch of shorts tonight, a bunch of things to upload tonight, and then schedule them out, I've got to grow the channel, because last week we had one more subscriber than we do this week. So whether it was a bot that got cleared out of it, for whatever, I won't say for whatever reason, the number of subscribers that we've been stuck at for months is a number that I absolutely positively hate. And I could cure that by posting shorts, because I usually get 4, 5, 6 subscribers per short that I post on average. I mean, sometimes I'll post a short and not get anything. I might post another short the next day and pick up 30 subscribers. So it just depends on how it falls in the algorithm, time of day, all that stuff. But I got to, if for no other reason, yes, I want to grow the channel, but if for no other reason, I want to get off that number. I hate that number. So, yeah. So yeah, there's my rant. So yeah, this week I may do it today. I may just do, once she decides to join the Awake world, then I may just may do some recording and post some shorts of her, even if I schedule them out. So I was actually growing, at first I was growing the channel a lot, and why, I know that I get busy, but God, it doesn't take that long to post a short, so I really don't have any excuse. But there for a while I was recording, I'd play with her, record it, and then break it down into like 3, 30, 45-second clips, and I would schedule them for the next day, one at 10 in the morning, one at 2 in the afternoon, and one at 4 in the afternoon. And when I was doing that, I was hitting, there for a while, I was hitting 20, 30 subscribers a day being added. It was crazy. Now, a lot of them, this was in the early stages, and I think some of y'all remember this, that in the early stages, I was getting a lot of comments about how horrible I was, and that I was filming my cat having a seizure just for clickbait or just for clicks, and that I need to put her down because I'm letting her suffer, and I'm just like, oh my God, settle down, people. So, yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, so, I honestly don't think she wanted to come out of her tent. She's just laying there staring at me like she really wants me to shut up so she can go back to sleep. You want a treat? You want a treat? You want a treat? Treat? Let's see. She wants a treat. Yeah, she saw me walk toward the bowl. Oh yeah, you heard that, didn't you? Big faker. Oh, you're so tired. Oh, her so tired. Here, what she'll eat, she'll just swallow them whole. Yep, didn't just pick it up. You know there's chewy stuff in the middle. If you will take the time to, okay, whatever. If you will take the time to chew it, there's soft, tasty stuff in the middle. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, she was wide awake for that. She raises up like a gazelle. Yeah. Yeah, that got your attention, didn't it? There's no more. I can't give you too many at a time. You'll end up throwing up. What a brat. I've got to file her nails again. I remember you saying that people were telling you that. That's messed up. I know it's crazy. So many people, whether it doesn't matter. I've learned that it doesn't matter whether it's animals or current events or culture or politics. There are so many people that just live behind their keyboards and want to judge everybody, want to judge people and criticize and all. Just not even based on something factual or not even. It's just that they see one thing, and I don't know. I mean, it's just like, do they just have that much anger inside them that they feel like they need to criticize? But even if I, I don't get it. I mean, I'm critical of certain things and certain types of people and all that stuff, but I base that on more than just a 10-second clip of them or just based on one or two things. I'll try to do my research and go, okay, did this person slip up and say a dumb thing, or does this person, have dumb ideas? So, and even then, I don't get on comments and all that stuff and just hide behind a keyboard. If I've got something to say, I'll usually say it in a video or I'll address the person directly. I'll identify myself as opposed to just being, Fred 1794 and saying, "Oh, you're a horrible piece of garbage, you piece of." Okay, all right. Put a face to those words. Let the world see who you are and know who you are. Marilyn says social media can be oh yeah, God. I heard somebody call it a cancer the other day, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, I can, because it's what started out as a great idea has become. It was nice when Mark Zuckerberg first released Facebook all over the world. All over the internet, as opposed to just between a couple of colleges in the Northeast. You could all of a sudden look up people that you hadn't talked to in 20 years, that you went to high school with, or that long lost friend that you sort of just drifted away from, or even look up that jackass that picked on you in school, see what they're up to. But now it's used as a weapon, and it is just, like Marilyn said, toxic. Ignorance is the only thing that I can say when people say things like that without knowing the real truth. Yeah. I don't ever, regardless of what it is, if I hear something, if somebody plays a clip for me, I mean, unless it's just blatantly obvious, like there's been, there's been a lot of toxicity all over the internet, particularly in the last week and a half, and some of it's blatantly obvious. Some of it you can go, yeah, this is bad based on what somebody says during a 10-second clip. But generally when somebody says, oh, well, so-and-so is just a horrible person, okay, why? Well, they said this thing. Okay, I'll look it up, and they might say, there's the 5-second clip of saying that thing, but then, somebody might have cut off at the beginning, where they say, somebody might say, I hate this particular group of people. And you go, oh my God, that's horrible. But then you play the whole clip, and it might be before that they might have said, I would never say I hate this particular group of people. But then people cut off the first part and make it look like they're some kind of horrible, hateful person. And it's just like, okay. So I try to do my research before I make any decisions, even in my own head, about whether somebody's telling the truth about something. And to be honest with you, with some exceptions, I generally try to stay away from it anyway. So Ryan says he likes to use it to look up his old schoolmates. That's true. I mean, I don't look up my old schoolmates. I just use it to connect with people that to have some other connection with people that I know. Other than having their phone number or something like that, because I think I've got. If you look at my personal Facebook, I think I've got 163 friends on my friends list, and one of my sisters is always laughing at me and telling me I'm a loser because I've only got 160. Okay, well sorry sis, but of the 4,500 friends you have, or the 2,000 or what, how many of them are people you actually have some type of connection to? It's like, I don't know Jeanette, I don't know Ryan, I don't know Marilyn, as in we don't go have coffee together, but I have a connection with them. We are part of the Rosie Army. So I've got some type of connection with them. I know people, and I'm sure one of my sisters is one of them, where they just, because somebody is friends with somebody that somebody's friends with in this group, so it'll be like the Kevin Bacon game. There'll be, except there won't be 6 degrees of separation, there will be 10 degrees of separation, that somebody found somebody through this group that somebody was in, that somebody commented on it, so they'll send a friend request to her and she'll accept it. And it's like, you don't know half the people, it's like, oh, I have, and I haven't bothered to look to see exactly how many friends she has, but I know she's picked. I mean, she's playing with me. She's poking fun at me, but it's like to kind of, whether you're serious and you're judging somebody based on how many friends they have on their friends list, or whether you're just poking fun at them, it's like okay, I measure myself by more than just how many friends I have. But like I said, I don't know. It's just, there's so many people that think that there must be something wrong with you don't have 4,500 friends in your friends list. Okay, tenfold. Whatever. Guess what else I do? I also, and this part I'm not referring to my sister. I'm just saying, I have segued into a lot of people in general on the internet. That I also do things like go outside and touch grass, so to speak. I interact with the real world. I shake hands with people. I talk to people. I laugh with people. I don't just sit in front of my computer all day and mainline coffee and skip showering for days on end so I can sit and collect a lot of people on my friends list and tell people how horrible they are because they're filming their cat having a seizure, and it's like, okay. Go watch a butterfly flutter through the air, okay? Go pet a dog, do something. Sorry. Rant. Jeanette says, you are not a loser for sure. We here know that. No, I'm not, Jeanette, but I'm willing to learn. Thank you. No, my sister says that, and because that's the whole brotherly thing. You know, trust me, I'm sure I say things to her. I'm sure I do say things to her I wouldn't say to other people, but that's what brothers and sisters do, is they butt heads and they fight and they call each other names. I mean, I think it's in the brother-sister rule book. So yeah. If me and my sisters were too nice to each other for too long, we would probably start getting suspicious, like, all right, what are you up to? You, hold on, you know, who are you and what do you do with my brother? Why are you being nice to me? So yeah, we'd start looking at each other sideways, like, yeah, I don't trust you anymore, you're being nice, what's wrong? What do you think, Doodle? She's thinking I'm a loser if I don't give her more treats. But I'm not giving you, I gave you 5. That's plenty for now. That's plenty for now. I promise you don't need any more. Chin scratches. Ow. I've got to file her nails again. You riding your bicycle? That's what me and my ex-wife used to call it when she would get that back foot doing this, because she goes in a circle. It's almost like she's pedaling a bicycle. So she'd start doing that, and we'd be like, "Yeah, you riding your bicycle? Were you riding your bicycle, Doodle?" Doodle is so much. Oh yeah, she's chilled out. Loaf. There's the loaf. Yeah, she's about to go out. She's about to be snoring, drooling. You CP today. I wish she would love me enough to not claw me when I try to file her nails. Oh. All right. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff to do. Plus, I want to watch that memorial. So, does anybody have anything? Anybody got anything else before we call it a day? And of course, I'm gonna leave it up as usual. Let everybody say their toodles to each other. So, but does anybody have anything? Anyone? Bueller. That was before your time. You don't know what I'm talking about, Doodle. Did I? Yes, entirely too much. Entirely too much. It was great. And that's the problem with that place, is the food is off the hook. That's why I ordered $115 worth of it. Yeah, and I love Italian food. I just can't eat too much of it because it's a lot of carbs and a lot of, yeah. But yeah, pasta. Oh my God, lasagna. Now, I not to brag, but I've heard it from several people. Is I make a lasagna that pretty damn good, if I must say so myself. Now I'm sure Marilyn, she's probably laughing right about now, being up in New York. She's probably like, dude, you don't know nothing about lasagna. Marilyn probably just fell over laughing. Scott, you're in the South. Stick to barbecue. Let us up here handle the Italian food. Well, thank you, Marilyn. I do want to make. I have made cheesecake a time or two. I just haven't made what I've been told is a real New York cheesecake, which is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Marilyn or anybody else that's familiar with real New York cheesecake, where it's much denser and more crumbly. It's not a moist, almost like a very stiff custard. So Scott, Marilyn, Ryan, Stephen, and Elizabeth, have a wonderful, safe, and productive week. You too, Miss Jeanette. You have a good week. So I'm still working on that quote unquote New York cheesecake. You know, where it's just nice and firm and crumbly. Yeah, that's why I say that place down the road, Maryland. That's why I can't order it that often, because if I had the money, I would order at least one of everything that's on the menu. And yeah, cause oh man, I love me some Italian food, but. Now, hey, no problem. You're welcome, Jeanette. Jeanette's throwing the laughing emojis up there, but I'm sure she's flipping us off like, shut up. I'm sorry, Jeanette. I'm sorry we got to talking about lasagna and spaghetti and cheesecake. I won't mention tiramisu at all. So just playing. Did you ever go back to the restaurant with the aquarium? Listen, I went with my daughter, and then I went with my sister when she was here back in December. But no, I have not been back yet. I need to go because I can just sit in front of the tank. I mean, it's awesome. And when I say the tank is floor to ceiling. I'm sorry, one of the tanks is floor to ceiling, and I can't remember what they said it held, something like 50,000 gallons, 100,000. I mean, it's massive. I mean, it's floor to ceiling. It's kind of oval shaped, but it's probably 10 feet wide and 20 feet long. It's huge. Penne pasta. I have not made that. I need to learn. But now and then they've got one aquarium that it's a tube, and it's 3 stories tall. So you have when you walk into the restaurant, you got the main floor where you walk in, and they've got, I can't even remember, gift shop, something like that. And then you go up the stairs to the dining room, but then you can go from the main floor, you go downstairs to where the stingray tank is that you can pet and feed the stingrays. But that tubular tank that has smaller fish in it, I'd say it's probably 4 or 5 feet in diameter, but it stretches the entire height of all 3 floors. So it's really cool. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Everybody have a good, safe, happy, productive week, and raiding the fridge now. Goodness. Yeah, that's what I'm about to do as well, Jeanette. So I'm right there with you. I'm going to raid the fridge. But yeah, so everybody have a great week. Thank you all for being here. Must be fun to feed the stingray. It's fun. It's a little unnerving at first, Marilyn. I don't know if you've ever done it, But when you go into this place, you can buy, I think it's like $7. It's a little paper, uh, like you get fries in or something, just a little cardboard serving dish. And depending on what they're feeding them, it's either minnows or shrimp. But you pay, I think it's $7 for a small one, $15 for a large one, and they'll put a little handful of these little bitty shrimp or little minnows or something uh, in the thing. Well, the way you feed them is you make a fist and you put the shrimp or the minnow in between your fingers, so it sort of sticks out like that. And so here's the top of the stingray. Their mouth is not up here; it's way back here. So what they do is you put the food sticking out of your knuckles, put your knuckles down either down by the water or in the water, and what they'll do is they'll come up and sort of rub up against you, and they'll open their mouth and suck the food in, so you'll feel a sucking sensation on your knuckles. But they have their teeth, if I'm not mistaken, it's almost like one big tooth, and they'll try to bite, so you'll actually feel their teeth or their tooth rubbing up against your knuckles if they suck themselves to it hard enough. But you can actually hear them as as they're sucking the food. Well, you don't hold on to it tight. You just the reason you don't do it like this is because you can get your fingers in their mouth, or they can get your. I mean, they can. That's why you present as flat a surface as possible, and they'll come up and they'll suck and nibble, and they'll pull it. Like I say, you don't hold on real tight, and they'll pull the food out and eat it. And the tank's only about 3 feet tall, 2 feet tall. It's not a real tall tank, but it's probably it's as big as a swimming pool. And there's there's big stingrays, there's little baby ones, there's all kind of stuff. And they've learned that when they see people standing there, that they're either about to get petted, which you pet them on the top, and they're very smooth. They don't have scales or anything. It's like almost like a dolphin. They love to be petted, so they'll come up to get attention. So when you stand next to it, then they all generally swim in the same circle, but then some will stop and they'll just sit there and wait on you to either pet them, or if they see your hand come close to the water, they'll go ahead and actually raise up and kind of expecting you to almost fist bump them. But when they raise up, they don't stay up long because just gravity. They'll push themselves up, and you'll see their mouth, and yeah, it's cool. It's a little unnerving, particularly at first, the first time you feel that their teeth rubbing up against your knuckles, but you also feel them sucking the food out of your fingers. So it's cool. It's fun. I enjoy it. Like I said, it's a little unnerving, but yeah, they like I said, they're fairly friendly. I don't know if they've had their barbs removed. I think they have, so that they can't whip you. But they're also very docile. They know that they're not being threatened. They know that you're there to feed them and pet them and all. So they're friendly. So all right. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. Yes, we will regroup next week. Everybody have a lovely week. So I, like Jeanette, am going to raid the fridge. So y'all have a good one. You done, Doodle? Yep. Okay. All right. Toodles, everybody. See y'all next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Pastor Rod McCoy.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming out to honor Charlie Kirk. God bless all of you and all of you tuning in online around the world. I Kirk called me his pastor. I called him my friend. I was with Charlie about a little over 2 weeks ago in Korea as he was supporting the persecuted Christians over there, as they're raiding churches and imprisoning pastors. And he spoke to the youth there that now are chanting on the streets, "I am Charlie Kirk, standing for freedom," across that country. In a conversation with Charlie in the green room in Korea, he said something to me that he'd said a number of times. He said, he kept calling me his pastor, and I stopped him. I said, "Charlie, since the president's gotten elected, your stock has risen through the stratosphere, and I don't see much of you." I mean, he wasn't a very good congregant. He was on the road 320 days a year. But he said, "Rob, not only are you my pastor, but you're America's pastor." And I said, "Charlie, if we were at a tabling event on a campus where you had the table said, 'Prove me wrong,' I'd win." And he looked at me with that sheepish grin that he always has. Doggone it if he wasn't right. I mean, I wasn't America's pastor 2 minutes ago, and I won't be after this, but for right now, he proved me wrong. In a moment, you're going to hear from the most powerful political people in the free world. You're going to hear from the